Hi everyone, it's Alana here, and I have already got my daughter out to school. I nursed my son, helped make my husband's shake and lunch, and now even though it's pouring rain, I'm showing up for myself. It's Valentine's Day and I'm gonna work out and treat my body to a delicious, yummy workout because that's what I know I'll be most happy with by the end of the day. So I want to show you guys what my workout looks like. A lot of you ask me. I always default to a lot of yoga, but I definitely do a lot of strength training. So I start in child's pose. Always start in child's pose. I could spend an hour in child's pose, but once I get settled, open up my shoulders and hips, I'll roll up into a tabletop, hands below my shoulders, knees below my hips, and do some basic cat and cows. Inhaling through the nose, looking up, widening the shoulder blades, opening my heart, lifting up my tailbone, stretching, getting and activating my whole digestive tract. And exhale, I release my back of all tension and come into cat pose. Inhaling into cat. And exhaling into cat. And I love to just go in circles. And I find that life is very linear, and I like to break that mold by going in circles. This really helps me from a mindset perspective, just feel more fluid throughout the day, a little more flexible. So many curveballs happen, so many things get thrown my way, and just rolling in circles first thing in the morning, it gives you an inner power and flexibility and physical flexibility to know that, you can roll with the punches type of thing. And then I like to take out my right leg, extend it far away from my body, and do a conflicting stretch, right? Where my right heel is lifting to the wall behind me, out through my tailbone feeling long, and my left arm is reaching forward. And I really like to exaggerate this because I'm pretty intense about every aspect of my life, and yoga is no different. I'm not a calmish yogi. I'm one who has to be really intense about the poses to activate that calm at the end. So I reach out and then I bring it in, abs and core all engaged and reached out. And if I'm feeling really flexible, I'll grab my back foot and kick into that hand and open up on my left side towards the arm. And then I'll release the hand. I'll come onto my left hand, bringing the top arm, same leg. I'll get a nice deep breath into that right lung, reaching out, pushing through the heel, and then I'll come in, 1, 2, nice deep breath, inhale, and exhale, come in, and again, I'll take my hand, grab the top of the foot, and get a nice deep stretch into the side body. This is really important for feeling long and lean. And then I'll come back around. And before I do it to the other side, I've been learning how to activate some new stretches along my forearms. So I really recommend you guys try this. You just bring your wrists forward. And so your wrists are forward in tabletop. It's very intense, but it feels very good. And you just go clockwise. And my good friend, who happens to be a yoga instructor, Emma Goldberg, taught me this. It's really amazing because we do so much typing and so much clicking on our phone. And let's go the other way. It's very amazing. Really activates like nerves you didn't know you had. And now let's come with those hands forward, and I'll do the same on the other side. A quick cat-cow to reset. And this time, opposite heel reaches out, opposite arm, and you get that length in your body. Reaching away. And really just let your head relax down comfortably. Reach, 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 find that length. Come in, activate that core, and exhale. If you have the flexibility, you can wrap that hand around and kick that foot into the hand, opening up, breathing into that side body. Oh, this is so good for us. Keeping the collarbones always spread apart and always thinking heart open. Head high, heart open. Head high, heart open. That is my mantra. Right hand down, spin on to the side, and again, reach away, getting that stretch and length really intense. This honestly gets rid of muffin top and all of that better than anything. Honestly, I've done strength training, I've done running, I've done spinning. Nothing does it quite like lengthening it all out while losing weight with me. 2B mindset, private client, retreat, whatever it's gonna be. If you lose weight in my method, drop the pounds on the scale while lengthening, you really get rid of everything and activate that long, lean body you're looking for. And then you really, again, want to open up those ribs. So good, so good, so good. And I'll also do a 1, 2, 3. Perfect. And now I want to show you guys some really great muscle relaxation for your carpal muscle. And this can really help reduce your risk of carpal tunnel syndrome, which I found to be very cool. Also, I got this from Emma. And you basically take your hand and you put it into what yogis would call gorilla, where your hand is faced this way and your wrists are forward. So your hand comes like this. So your palm is facing up. And again, you go in circles clockwise. Again, it's very intense. Seems easy, but it's actually quite amazing. And then you go counterclockwise. Wow. So cool. And then I'll roll out my hands. And once I feel a little warmed up, jazzed, my blood is flowing, I'll get a little intense. By intense, I mean I activate my sweat, activate the heat, because you gotta do that. So this is the part where I'll start with a little yoga hybrid, and then I'm gonna bring on the weights. So I'll start with going right into a plank. And in my plank, I'll keep my abs really nice and in, collarbones apart, and I'll just go forward and back, rocking it back and forth. Building in the heat in my core. This is so important. And every time you rock back and forth, you want to make sure you're taking deep breaths. And then I'll usually right leg up, bend your knee, open it hip into kind of like a down dog hybrid, and then bring the knee into my chest. I'll do that 3 times. Out and in, out and in. Step it through. And again, I always try to lengthen as I strengthen. And I'll bring the palm inside the front foot and reach up to the sky. And try to spiral into warrior 2. Side warrior, come back down. And then I'll do a little vinyasa flow. Forward, down, and up, and back into that down dog. I'll do it on the other side. So into plank, kind of up, open, and in, and open, and in, and open, and through, opening up my legs. Oh, depending on your flexibility, it feels so good. I don't think anything feels as good as opening your hips. I honestly think all women carry all of our anger, all of our emotions, all of our stress in our hips. You know, I certainly do. More than my shoulders. I find men carry stress more in their shoulders, neck. Women, I mean, because I've been a yoga instructor, private yoga instructor, I feel like those hip openers It's what every woman needs to kind of feel a little more centered. I definitely know that's true of myself. Obviously every woman's different, but definitely true of me. And I like to open up and stretch out. And one thing that also feels good, like I was saying, going in circles, clockwise and counterclockwise, excellent for your mindset, excellent for feeling flexible and strong and fluid. And you can do that as you open your hips. So if you come into a runner's lunge and keep it wide, it doesn't have to be so straight on. I like to keep my foot past my hip, and then hands down in the center, abs engaged, and go circles with that back foot. Oh my God. Nice deep breaths. And opposite direction. So good for you. And then you can come onto your knees and just do some push-ups. So I like to come on my knees or a regular, and I'll do like 15 push-ups. 1, 3, 4, 5. You can break, come into a side plank, and do some of these. 1, 2, oop, fell out, this way. 1, 2, I have 10 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll break it up with an up dog. Now, in up dog, you want to go on the tops of your feet, but you really want to open up your shoulders. This is more like cobra. So either hips down or hips up. And sometimes I like to swing side to side. So you can curl your toes under as well. You could just swing side to side. I like to be a little playful. A little back into child's pose. Don't worry, I'm not going to cheap out on those last 5 push-ups. I know I can do it. You can do it too. Come into position, either on your knees or regular. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Child's pose. And now I'll bring in some sort of weights. So here I have a 10-pound medicine ball. You can use 10 pounds, you can use no weight at all, but I always work my abs, always. For me, the workout's not complete until I did some ab work, because again, it's core. Core strength is everything. It's just, it connects the whole body. It helps to prevent back pains as you get older. It's the best. So I'll balance out like this, and I'll just go down and up. And I'll basically do ab workouts until I feel like I'm past the burn. So I'll do a couple of boats, and then I'll alternate with twists. And then I'll go back to doing some boats. And then I'll do twists. And then I'll go standard crunches with the ball. So I come down, reach up, come in and lift. This way I'm doing legs, abs, and arms at the same time. Down. And so my format is usually stretch, strengthen, lengthen, stretch, strengthen, lengthen, stretch, strengthen, lengthen. And so after I do that for a while, I'll definitely go into just some stretches with the ball. I'll usually use it to help me roll out. And then again, I like staying fluid. I work out, I would say at least 50%, if not more so, for my mindset than my body. And breathing through tough challenges just helps me breathe through challenges throughout my entire day. When my clients show up late and everything's going behind, or when I have a problem I need to solve, when my daughter decides to be more like a teenager and less like a 4-year-old. Okay, and the other side, but I'm not done with the work part of it. The work is actually what I enjoy more, so I'll go back into my ab workout, but I'll keep switching it up. So now I'll do more bicycles. And I'll go down, and I'll come up, and I'll go down, and I'll come up, and then I'll go down to the twist, and to the ins and outs, and then I'll go back into the big crunches. And I once heard that Giselle, the model, does thousands of mountain climbers and she doesn't complain about it. And ever since it gets me more excited to do mountain climbers, I don't know what to tell you. Whatever works for you works for you. For me, when I do mountain climbers, because I like to kind of end on cardio, I feel like that's the fat burn. I do a lot of mountain climbers and I just think about Giselle's abs the whole time and my own. So I'll do 40, 39, 7, 36, 35, 34, 33, 32, 31, 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 4, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I don't know why I chose 40. Whatever number I pick, I commit to. And I'll hold a plank. And I like to challenge myself on a plank. I'll do plank jumping jacks, like this. And then alternate that. I need a scrunchie. I'll alternate that with mountain climbers. So then I'll go like 1, 2, 3, 4, out, in, out, in. 1, 2, 3, 4, out, in, out, in. 1, 2, 3, 4, out, in, out, in, and then I'll come up into a malasana squat. Like I said, strengthen, lengthen, strengthen, lengthen. So I then like to jump in right into what we call like malasana or a goddess squat. Hands to the center, pushing into my knees. And again, I like to rock and stay as fluid as I can. So I'll push my elbows into my knees, hands inside my knees, and I'll twist this way. And I'll twist this way. And then I also will do some of these. And you can take your hands and make like a tripod, like a teepee, and you wanna bring your shoulder into that side knee, push it out away from you, and lift up. And then the other way. Finding that length in your inner thigh. Like I'm telling you, losing weight is important, making sure that you're eating well, staying consistent, eating like the 2B mindset principles, water first, veggies most. You know, getting the pounds off is key, but lengthening and strengthening in this way is what keeps your skin tight. And it's amazing for me, like, sure I have skin. A lot of people ask me, sure I have skin. Not only have I lost 100 pounds, but I've had 2 kids. But being that I've been strengthening and lengthening through it, I mean, I'm pretty impressed with how tight my skin and my body has come with me. And I think that's all a tribute to not doing anything too extreme. I never like lost 100 pounds in 5 days. It's been like throughout, I did it actually over a year. So with my skin and my body kind of came with me, especially because I always worked out through. Not like, I never like trained for our marathon workout, but I just always enjoy it in this type of fashion. Looking at it as like a gift and something that really helps me, mind and body. So I also like to always work towards something. So I'm really trying to improve on my handstands And so that really helps me feel like my workout is leading to something. So it really feels purposeful, like physically and emotionally. So for me right now, I want to improve my shoulder stands. So I'll come back a little so you can see. So I'm coming into Sphinx. Sphinx pose is really nice and parallel with your hands and shoulders. And you want to look up and lift. But this is really all core. So I'll come into a plank. It's all about keeping my core engaged and coming out of my shoulders, rounding the back. And for me, standing on my head for at least a few seconds makes me feel like I'm king of the world, makes me feel stronger than anything, gets the blood to my head, which it's interesting because it's kind of good for my ego in that it makes me feel like I'm on top of the world, but it's very grounding for my ego because it makes me feel vulnerable to falling and makes me feel like I kind of like I'm happy where I am and in my body regardless of what brand legging I'm wearing or who else is in the room or what happened that day or where I live or what I've accomplished. It's kind of like it makes me feel just so grounded. This whole practice makes me feel so grounded and secure and happy in my body. The whole process just feels like I'm celebrating my skin, my body. I'm working towards something. I just love it. I love moving. I find it's really a moving meditation more than anything else. And I'll typically end, feet together, lifting up my bum, and again, using the elbows to kind of propel forward. It's all about opening those hips. For me, it's all about opening these hips, releasing whatever stress and tension, back, neck, shoulders. And just letting go. The theme of my workouts is letting go of sweat, letting go of breath, letting go of cell phones and to-do lists, and really just starting my day feeling serene. And I always like to end in a Shavasana, but I'll let you guys go before then. Thank you so much for tuning in for my workout. Just a little preview of what I like to do, and let me know, leave me a thumbs up or some comments if you want me to do more of these. I'm happy to. Bye guys.